G'day guys and welcome, my name is Michael and I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer and welcome to Curse of Strahd, our Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure, which features of course these wonderful Patreons who support my channel, keep me with lights on and looking all spooky. Actually, the spooky lights is because I messed up my green screen. I'm complaining about it now because I don't know if Lance will watch the stream live or will show up later just to whinge about it. But I'll try and fix it. I can't fix it right now, but this is the best you're getting. So
green.
There you go. Yeah, it's not easy being green.
This is point of mockery, and will come within 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Say, call the name of the devil, and he will appear. That's how it is. Also, hello everyone. Good morning, of course, and evening to all of you from all around the world. Noria, I can see you there. Welcome. My name is Karen.
Yay!
Hi, Karen. Good to see you. Good to see you. Who else do we have? We have Hester TM and Azariel. Nice to see you guys as well.
What's up, Janasi?
Our really good friend.
Where's Janasi?
Janasi. Always a pleasure. Always a wonderful, wonderful treat to see you here. I am no damsel, hopping in and out, making my son's costume for Halloween while he's at school. Nice! What are you making? Tell me what you're making. And of course we have Pineapple Sailor. Hey Dag, how you going, chat? I'm doing well. I hope the chat's doing well, and I'm really keen for today's game. For those of you who caught our fundraiser on the end of the last week, this is actually the first. Well, this is the first game stream that I've run since then. So I do want to announce to you guys that the fundraiser went phenomenally. The VODs are currently still available on Twitch on the on Dreaded GM's channel. So if you do want to catch those out, go check out Dreaded GM's. I'll do a shout out real quick. So yeah, go check out Dread's channel because those games are incredible. Noria coming in with the 5 heavy punches for the gifted sub. Giving them to Biggie Paw, Sunblighter, Keith Pierce, Rycon, and of course Beck Brain. Thank you so much. And guys, those of you who have just subscribed, welcome to the crypt. Please enjoy all of your wonderful, wonderful new emotes. May you use them well, and of course may you unleash the horde wherever you go. Now, we raised a grand total of $3,000 for our dear friend Dread, who has pretty much been crying ever since. He is a wonderful human being. So I want to thank all of you guys, whether you just watched the streams and lurked, whether you donated, if you won prizes, congratulations. I just want to thank each and every one of you for helping make that event so special. And for those of you who didn't get to catch the event, definitely go and watch it because, oh my god, there were so many good memories made. So thank you everyone. All right, is it just me or is the mute strong in Dag? Am I muted?
Oh no!
Muted? Oh, I might be.
No!
Am I muted? I don't think I'm muted. It doesn't.
No!
For us.
Or is the mute?
That whole speech.
All right. I don't know. I hope it wasn't because no, you ought to best. Oh no, it can't be. It can't be. Oh no, Dred's just here crying. He's gonna be Bob as a bat disabled, so I'm making him. You're making. Please, damsel. I ask nothing from my audience, right? I appreciate everything from my audience, but I rarely ask for things. Please, please, please post a picture of your child dressed as Bat Bob in my Discord. Please, please do that for me. I need to see this. This is just something. I will ensure that Ben will see it. I will 100% make that a thing. It'll be my life's mission. Okay, anyway, I digress. There we go. So, what are we doing today? We are playing Curse of Strahd. This is our D&D 5th edition adventure taking place in a horror land of Barovia. Now, for those of you who didn't know, this is, of course, October, which means it is Halloween month. And being Halloween month, I kind of get in the mood. So, we are going to add an extra reward here, and I know who I'm baiting when I tell you guys this. Ladies and gentlemen, for the month of October, we are going to add a $50 tier reward called Horror Mode. Horror mode is where we engage. Horror mode is where we turn things up to 11 when it comes to the horror. I just basically throw everything into the maxed, and we do this like full hammer horror, Bram Stoker. It becomes a horrible nightmarish thing. So be that as it may, just be aware that is kind of on the cards for today. Now, without any further ado. Without any further ado, there are, of course, other ways that you can donate to the chat, which I will post up, while, of course, our players introduce themselves and the wonderful characters that they have set into the lands of Barovia, starting with none other than our delightful Kyle from Play Nerd Allies. Good morning.
Hi. Thank you so much for having me. I'm at Planar Allies. We're going to be on right after this doing our Delver stream thing. We're also leading up to, I'm super excited, leading up to the premiere of The Wheel of Time, premiering on Amazon Prime. We're actually doing on Thursdays a Wheel of Time campaign. So if you love that, come and see us. It's so fun. Oh my God. Anyway,
Cool.
I'm playing Ipsilis. He is a sort of socially awkward and emotionally deficient person who grew up in the Nine Hells, unfortunately, and was not treated great, and ended up here after a pretty horrific event sort of destroyed one layer of the Nine Hells. So I'm here just trying to figure out what's going on and trying to find my sister. So
How very wholesome.
I like to, I jump around and hit things with a big club. That's what I do.
Scare people with your wings.
Nice. Speaking around,
right.
Speaking of bouncing around and beating the absolute snot out of things, next up, of course, playing the role of Argento, the Dragonborn Paladin, is the wonderful Charles from Iron Ghost Gaming. Good evening, Charles.
Yeah, good evening.
All right, tell us about your character and what's going through their mind at the moment.
Well, Argento's pretty simple to explain. He's just a dragonborn and loves to destroy any and everything he can, whether it's a person or an inanimate object. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, Argento's feeling a bit torn between two feelings at the moment. For the first time, he feels this overwhelming sense of belonging and almost servitude towards a person that no longer exists, apparently. But at the same time, he's still very weary of the things around him and is wanting to smash any and everything. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out here in Argentvossholt for Argento.
All right, fantastic. And next up on our list, playing the role of the chronomancing Goliath Vagag, we have the ever delightful Neil. Neil, tell us about yourself and the character that you are going to play.
Yeah, hello. I'm Neil from Immersion Diversion, and so I play video games, and I also do tabletops. And we're tonight actually going to be starting up my Pokemon one again, so I'm super excited for that. Yay! I play Vagog, the wizard chronomancer Goliath, and he's currently on a quest to find his missing students, and have currently found one of them not so well. But yeah. Yeah, no. But yeah, so, and I'm here with the group trying to help Argento figure out what's in this castle that we're at, the Argynvost. And yeah.
All right, very nice. Next up, of course, we have the whimsical and amazing Demiro, played by the amazing Tim. Good morning, Tim. Good afternoon. Good evening.
All of the above.
All of the above. Tell us about your wonderful character.
Yes, well, I mean, it is a wonderful character. Comes from the Farlands, from a desert plains where they were frolicking and tromping around in the Satyr clans. Decided to leave to seek greater adventure, and is rather thrilled to encounter anything new or interesting or wondrous or something interesting to taste, a new drink to have, new friends to have a party with, and always tries to lighten the mood, but not make light of the mood. Yeah.
Very cool, very cool. And last but certainly not least, playing the role of the very enchanting character of Esther is, of course, the equally enchanting McKinley. G'day, Mac. How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
I am well, thank you. Tell us about Esther and what is Esther going through right now?
So, Esther's someone who grew up around things like traditional religions and practices such as voodoo and hoodoo, and is trying to translate that experience with the idea of the spirit world intertwining with the physical world. Sorry, into what she does here in Barovia, trying to help lost souls, both physical and spiritual. And at the moment, we are in a rundown, decrepit mansion of sorts to the dragon god known, the dragon known as Argynvost, who has a specific connection to Argento. And so she's basically at the moment trying to make sure that I'm also kind of keeping tabs on Argento specifically, just seeing how he's dealing with this and how he's handling it.
All right. And how, and in Esther's opinion, how is he handling it?
Oh, sorry, I just saw something over there. I think she thinks that he is handling it well, that he's kind of approaching it with a very specific mindset of don't rush into anything at the moment.
Okay. Very cool. All right. Well, without any further ado, let us take our characters back to the lands of Barovia, back into the sweeping corridors of Argynvost, a large, towering facility that housed, once upon a time, the Knights of the Silver Dragon. Now, hopefully our audience can hear that as we... There we go. The halls of Argynvost stretch outwards in front of you. Tapestries of long-dead soldiers and knights. Mosaics, stained glass windows of a once proud and glorious time now collect dust and gather in decrepit refuse here at the former home of the great Silver Dragon, who once rose to power and battled the forces of Strahd. But as the story would have it, it would not be... Oops. Aha, there we go. Thank you. As it would be, the forces of Strahd would not be ebbed by the knights. In a glorious battle depicted by the tapestries within the stronghold, Argynvost was decapitated, killed by Strahd himself. And as Argento had found out, poor Argynvost didn't even get to endure a warrior's death, with his grave being desecrated and his very skull mounted as a trophy. Here in the halls of Argynvost, our heroes are exploring in hopes of finding one of many relics that might be able to defeat Strahd once and for all. Hope has finally come to Barovia and flickers like a dying light. But it is not dead yet, and our heroes may be the spark that ignites it into a flame. We return to the castle, where our heroes have just entered a room with 2 large beds and a fireplace that smolders in ash. Argento and Ipselis, you are inside as the form of what looks to be a dragon emerges, pulling itself from the fire. As it does so...
This was...
Oh, sorry, go on.
The one made of smoke?
The one made of
This
smoke.
is the one made of smoke?
This
Oh.
is the one made of smoke. As it does so, it breathes and hisses. The actual cloying of that smoke is just absolutely staggering. You can't help but choke it back for a few moments. The creature looks once again at you and hisses. All right.
Can I see if it is do like an insight check to see whether it is similar to the
fire
other dragon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Earlier on in the dungeon, our group had found another fireplace, but this one ignited with a fire, and the flame dragon that appeared had a message to give to the group. What was that message?
To redeem his knights, if possible, bring them back to the light.
Correct. That was, of course, the message, that the knights here had fallen, and that someone must bring them back. It does look and bear a striking similarity to that dragon, though completely different. It still is the same sort of dragon, if that makes sense. Small, elemental, that kind of thing.
But it's a different dragon. It's a different being.
Correct.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna look at it. Having dealt with a lot of beings of like fire, smoke, things like that in the lower realms, just gonna sort of check it out and say, "You have a message for us, I'm assuming."
As you say this, it looks to you, and you see this kind of quizzical look, almost like an infant, kind of curiously examining something for the very first time. It then begins to take flight and soars directly towards you. What do you do?
Can I, at this point, can I do an insight check to see if it's aggressive or just curious?
It is not aggressive.
Okay, I will allow it to do its thing.
All right. The dragon flies out the door. And after bouncing left and right along the corridor, you watch it fly a little further, coming almost back the way you had come.
Okay.
Esther, you saw that too, right? Like, I mean, obviously it just came out of the door, and this is Vagog saying that. Did you see that ghost just now? Did you see that soot thing?
It's just like this excess of like the soot from the air. She's like running from like, I don't think it was quite all ghost. And
I mean, it like went down and headed to the right. I mean, it'd be my right on the left on the screen, so it had left.
Well, if you did see a ghost, then I mean, we usually follow those things for good luck and all that.
I don't think it was a ghost per se. I believe that it was maybe akin to the small dragon that we saw before.
Well, it headed off down there to the left. Maybe it was trying to show us somewhere to go.
Well, yeah,
It could very well be.
Lead us to a trap. That's best trap is
I
one
didn't
sprung.
get the sense that it was aggressive. It seemed more curious than anything else, exploring. And if we are in the lair of a dragon, essentially, if the other dragon was here to help us, I don't see any reason why this dragon wouldn't be as well.
Well, the other dragon didn't exactly help us, but did give us a quest.
Maybe
I assume that any hint as to what's going on in this insane place with all these damn spiders is help.
Oh, well. As you say this, I would like to thank Ire Janasi
No.
for
This.
donating a
No.
wonderful gift to the chat, and that is of course our horror mode, which I am now going to instigate. I would also like to. I also, as a safety precaution, am going to invite my players to use the X card if at any point in time you feel as though you are uncomfortable in any way. Horror games
Kyle's
are
already
of course...
like, nope.
X.
All right, yeah, just call it right now. Just surrender. All right.
Does anyone else want to just name their greatest fears while we're?
Yeah. Just name your greatest fear. If you have a fear, just let me know what it is right now.
Kyle is like, I'd rather deal with the werewolves.
My greatest fear personally is heights. I am terrible with heights.
Oh, look at
So
You probably wouldn't have enjoyed the one where Fagag tripped over the edge of the balcony then.
God.
Oh yeah.
Oh God. You know that feeling that you get like in your knees when you're right next to a
Well, this was a feeling that he got in his jaw, but yeah.
All right. Anyone else have any?
Orlando on the hook.
Anyone else have any major fears that I should be aware of?
I mean, I'm good with pretty much anything still, but clowns and depths.
Clowns? Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
And like ocean,
Charles,
ocean
Charles, you got
depths.
anything? No, I am really tough. I fear nothing. Give me everything.
Argento fears peace.
Oh yeah.
Please.
I fear being quiet so long that I am trapped with my own thoughts and reflections. Okay. Very well. In which case,
Empty kitchen.
again, the X card is played at any point in time by a player indicating an X, either with your fingers or with your hands, at which point the scene will be reduced or skipped. Is that understood? Cleared? Yep.
Yep.
All right. So
The audience gets X's.
the audience gives X's. Well, no, the
They
audience.
just
No,
spam
the
X
audience.
in the chat.
The audience can give an X. That's absolutely true. All right.
Spam X in the chat, guys.
So now, Ipselis, as you say your previous line again, which is, at least following the smoke demon isn't like being attacked by spiders. You suddenly feel something snap and bite you. You look at the back of your palm. There is a tiny turquoise spider seated on your hand.
rude.
It's bulbous and has a scintillating, almost watery pattern to it, and crawls away from what looks to be this rather nasty red-looking bite that has already begun to swell.
Oh,
What do you do? You feel its tiny pinprick
These
hairs.
goddamn spiders! Oh!
It's crawling up your arm.
The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to grab it because I know that I need to figure out what this thing is in order to, like, counteract whatever friggin' poison it just put in me.
All right.
Well, technically venom, I guess.
All right. You reach down and you grab it with your hand. And that is when you see something horrible. As you hold it in your hand, you see this tiny foot crawl out of the back of your hand.
Oh.
And then another, as it phases through your palm and appears on the top. However, this time a second one crawls out, then a third, then a fourth. Your hand is now clenched.
I am absolutely just God, what do I even have in my pack? So now I've started freaking out. Like, this is now I'm just dancing around like, oh my God, what is this thing? What is happening?
All right, do you open your hand and shake it?
Not yet.
Palm of infinite
Okay, so you're
spiders.
still holding it. You've still got your hand around it. You still feel on the inside of your hand there are these hundreds of tiny little pokes coming from these hairy
Oh my God,
appendages.
I don't even. I
All
don't wanna. I don't. Does anybody have a torch?
Okay. Ipselis looks over to Argento, who's the closest person to him at the moment. Argento, you can see these spiders almost like pimples popping out of his skin are starting to crawl down his arm.
I'm like rubbing. I pop my hand open finally, and I just start trying to rub them off my hand. I'm gonna hold my arm out and I'm gonna be like, do what you have to.
Argento,
Get rid of them now.
you watch as he wipes his hand, and as he does so, not a single spider falls to the floor. You look at your hand back in front. The spiders are gone.
I could just see Ipsilis like taking this giant spider.
Argento, what's your reaction to this?
tiny little spider.
Yeah, definitely confused as to what's going on here with Ipsilus. Obviously, I can see the spiders. I can see them, correct?
Yeah, you can see them 100%. Well, up until the point where he opened his hand and tried to wash them off or shake them off, and they don't seem to be there anymore.
Yeah, so basically just not sure of what just happened. I would look at Ipsilus and say, was your hand covered in spiders just seconds ago? I thought I saw a bunch of spiders on you. What?
It was. It still is. It's wait. What?
All right,
Oh, go on.
Ipsilus, as Argento speaks to you, you hear this. From inside your ear.
Ew. Oh God. I'm gonna like try to figure out what it and like bang my head a little bit. Just wait, what's going on? What's happening?
As you do so, Argento, his ear turns, and you can see this very turquoise color moving in the inside of his ear. At this point, the others have noticed that Ipsilus has gone from discussing the arrival of the dragon and it's running away to suddenly freaking out about something. None of the three of you have seen it. You make your way in and you can kind of see what's happening. Argento is definitely transfixed with something about Ipsilus, who is freaking out currently.
And Ipsilus is starting to scream a little louder now.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just what is this? It's now moving up into like, oh my God, what is going on?
As your mouth opens, you feel this raspiness at the back of your throat. It seems to catch, almost like you've got a bit of phlegm to swallow.
Can we see anything obvious going on?
Yes, every now and then, as he coughs, a literal glob of like saliva and spiders emerges, some of which seem to be partially enwrapped in small cocoons. I would like to point out that all of this is Aya Genasi's fault.
Thank you, Genasi.
But we love her. We love Aya Genasi. Esther.
So, yeah.
You go first, Argento.
I was just saying, I just take a couple of steps back. I'm kind of like, I don't know what's happening here.
I've definitely now fallen onto the floor, onto all fours, and I'm just like heaving now, just dry heaving spiders all over the floor, just sort of, and along with anything I've eaten in the last like year of my life.
As you guys go in, Demiro, what do you say?
I was going to. So obviously, it's a bit difficult to assist while he's thrashing around and screaming and things. I was actually going to cast Tash's Hideous Laughter on him, which is normally an offensive spell, but it causes the creature to perceive everything as hilariously funny, which might make it a bit easier to deal with him.
Oh yeah.
My God, I love it. That's just, it's D&D anesthetic apparently. Are you a licensed anesthesiologist, sir?
We're not licensed in anything. It's fine.
Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
All right, make a saving throw, or drop the saving throw on Ipsilus if you'd be so kind.
Okay.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing at this point we're not exactly debating the like corporeality of the spiders that we can see, but is there any way that I could figure out if there's any hallucinatory aspect to this? Not entirely.
There is none. Ipsilus, you do not find the situation funny in the slightest.
Why not? It seems great.
As you do so, as you are vomiting on the ground, these tiny blue spiders begin to form gathering up and beginning to wrap each other in various webs. As the forms begin to take shape, they grow larger and larger. Creating a corporeal creature. 2 corporeal creatures, in fact. For spiders that seem to be both existing and unexisting.
Oh my god.
Ipselis, your character feels exhausted. And you will gain 1 level of exhaustion.
I don't know why you hate me so much.
Just how I do it. Just how it works. Actually, I won't give you exhaustion. I'll give you fatigue. There you go. You can have that. Is that better? Why is fatigue not a condition in this? Anyway. Yes. So as these spiders have appeared and started to grow and literally form into 2 giant spiders, what do you do?
So first of all, is this real or is this an illusion like the spiders on my hand?
How would you like to
Can
find
I
out?
tell? I would. God, what would it be for him? For him, God, growing up in the Hells, there's a lot of magic users. I would say.
You mean you can touch it?
Insight? Can I use? I don't know. I feel like I have now officially developed at least a fear, if not an absolute phobia of spiders.
Makes
after
sense.
the last 15 minutes in this castle.
Oh yeah, that definitely checks. That definitely checks out.
I mean, I know that you were doing illusions before, but is this another one of yours?
It's like my as he says that, my wings fly up and actually just instinctively shift the light, and it looks like there is sort of 8 eyes staring at you from above my head, but it's just a reaction. It's not really conscious.
All right. AK Ryder has just redeemed a plot twist. So you may choose not as it seems or cause and effect. AK, it's up to you.
Both of them sound bad for us.
They kind of do. All right.
Right.
Also, thank you to Reaper 1984, 198 Art, I think is how I say that.
Okay.
Reaper 198 Art. Thank you so much for
Could
the
be
1,000 bits.
195.
Could be. All right. So, the spiders, as you make your insight check, which I will allow.
Okay, my insight check. I'm gonna do this. Sorry, I thought you were still talking. That's my bad. All right, let's do me an insight check. Oh, sorry. I'm doing this now. I'm doing the thing. Oh, and it's terrible. I am so freaked out right now by what is happening with these spiders and inside.
Here's how this plays out. Inside Ipselis, there's this feeling as though the heart that's in his chest seems to be hanging almost by a thread, dangling in an open cavity in his chest. The feeling in his stomach is empty and sinks down way past his knees. As he realizes this could be an illusion, everything here could be fake. I mean, it was passing through my hands. Spiders can't do that. You reach out and you're like, this is an illusion. This is fake. And you touch the leg of one of the spiders next to you. And you feel everything. The boniness of the spindly leg.
Gross.
The midsection of the joint. The hair attached to it. And as you pull your hand away, this thin film of silky web that pulls away from you as well. As it clings to your hand, you quickly try to grab it with the other and pull it off, but it's equally as sticky. Now you have it on both hands as this multitude of eyes turn in your direction.
I'm gonna fall over and I'm on my all fours right now. I'm just gonna fall over on my back, start screaming, trying to get the webs off. That is all I am trying to do right now. I need to get these webs off. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I wouldn't guess so, but is there any sense of familiarity to the Weaver that we met in the castle?
Oh, very familiar.
Okay. Oh, you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know about that.
No, he doesn't.
All right. Well, I'm gonna quickly grab my drink, which I've left in the freezer. And if anyone's ever left a soft drink can in the freezer, you know why I might look like I'm running, but I'm totally not. Esther, please tell everyone about your encounter with the wonderful weaver. All right.
It's a wonderful. So, in Strahd's castle, we came across the spider lady who we figured out through tapestry was once this young girl who was taken by Strahd to Barovia and transformed into this spider creature, kind of like a Jurdagumo, like human upper torso and then spider bottom half. She offered to teach me how to do her kind of magic, and things didn't go well at that point. I asked a very specific question, and apparently that wasn't a good question to ask. And now I may have so I asked her, "Are you happy?" Because I wouldn't think you're happy when you're kind of like forced to resign yourself to be a weaver. You're
Right.
Clearly, you don't ask if you're happy in Strahd's castle. So, said that
We also promised to bring her back some food, and then we didn't.
never did. So that another
Oh,
thing.
dear.
Another thing is, she may have said that I'm hers, so she may be looking for me specifically.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Did not take
Good,
very well to the
good.
rejection.
Yes, well,
Esther
it's
is
nice to
stalker.
meet you. As far as hello, how are you, and a handshake goes, this is a little different than I'm used to. But sure, let's do this then.
Well, I mean, the initial greeting that we had from her was to web one of our party members in an attempt to start eating them.
That seems
So we
nice.
tried to make a bargain. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
There are many creatures Ipsos that you haven't met that we have. We've met a hag, we've met the weaver, we met a dinosaur in a lake.
Webfoot.
We fought off the dinosaur in the lake.
We may have killed it.
Oh my god.
We may have killed it.
I have Webfoot's banana bread I've still got to take to him at some
Oh
point.
yeah. He's looking up banana bread for the Strahd's
His mom.
housekeeper.
If
Oh my god.
finds out
We
that-
They were
It was,
dealing with the spider when I was dealing with him.
if Esther finds out about this banana bread, she is not going to let you kill. Not going to let you kill him. You
Yeah.
let you kill him just because of it. Alright, they're all cut up. All good to
Well,
go.
he did promise to deliver it, not what would happen to him after that.
Yes. I just said I would deliver the bread. I didn't say.
There was, I believe, various ruminations on ways to deliver it that would be unpleasant.
Yes. I may just eat it before we walk in there. And
Well,
Deliver
it makes
it.
you heaven, yes.
then,
Before it gets old, and then you're like, now I gotta figure out how to make it taste like that.
One day you'll do it.
your mother gave you some banana bread, but I've eaten it. Sorry. Not
All right.
sorry.
So now that we've been updated on the Weaver, Ipselis, as you are panicking, rolling around with these sticky webs on your hands,
Yeah.
Argento, Vagag, Demiro, and Esther, a voice seems to come from all around, yet nowhere at the same time. The voice says in a very clear tone, "Mother!"
Is that murder or mother?
Probably mother.
Mm.
Mother!
Oh no. Oh.
And
Cool.
Ipsilis does not hear this, correct?
Correct.
Esther.
Sure that your mother is here.
Mother!
around and kind of finally recognizing what this is, I was just going to look to. Well, Argento was the only one of the four of us initially that didn't ever see the Weaver, right?
No, I never saw it.
Okay, but the Miro and the God did.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, just want to make sure. Then I'm gonna turn to those two, and I think we may have an unwelcome guest from Strahd Castle.
They followed us all the way here?
If they are
Am
asking
I
about the
still-
mother, is it possible that they are in fact not from Strahd's castle but related?
You ponder this question with two giant spiders that seem to now
Yeah,
be
as-
looming over Ipselis.
So I am wondering, is Ipselis still puking up spiders?
No, you have
Still a thing
no, you have
that's
stopped puking up the spiders.
Well, that's good. There's-
I mean, we may seem quite calm, but the last one that we encountered did seem to have the full capability of ripping all of our heads off at once, should it desire. So,
Okay. I wasn't sure this was just because of the way of how it would spread. If I used any fire, would it spread to the webbing connected to Ipsilis when it burned him? Or would it just break off at the point of contact with the fire?
It's just sticky on his hands. That's all. It's not a web.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was like restrained by it. Okay.
No, not at all. I
No,
mean,
they're just
probably
easy.
now that he's like sat there and been like,
Yeah, Ipsilis is now, as you guys are talking, I'm like, he's just in an almost catatonic state. He's literally lying on the ground, just sort of shaking a little bit. You know, just has no
Ricky-
idea what's happening.
Recognizing this, how much you're not a big creature or anything, are you? Ipsilis, you're not like
We have an issue. We have an issue, guys.
you're like a normal size, right? Like much do
I
you
am.
weigh?
I'm medium sized.
Okay. So seeing that he's sort of having a breakdown, I want to walk over to him and grab him by his shirt and start to drag him away from these spiders. I know he's a bit out of it, so I'm not going to be. Are you all right, Tim? So I'm just going to grab him and try
as
to
you,
drag him
uh,
across the roof.
as you go to grab him,
God.
as you go to grab him, one of the spiders leans down, and you just watch these two fangs press against his skin and then puncture. It's almost very delicate. And as you try to pull, the fangs try to resist you, as if trying to stop you.
So
Well,
I will.
And we will roll initiative.
Ah!
Oh my
They
God.
say
Wait,
don't
do it.
hurt
Can I?
mother?
Can I have? I feel like having grown up in the lower planes and had a buttload of combat training.
Initiative!
I feel like there would be sort of an autonomic reaction to being attacked. Can I get a at least a
I don't
reaction or
think
something?
you-
Look. You all of your reactions have already come to fruition. Your ability to
Damn it.
defend yourself is a numerical
You
value
spent
that
your
has been
time
calculated,
vomiting spiders.
ranging from your instinct and your reflexes being applied by your dexterity to the thickness of your hide being applied by your armor.
Sure.
Unfortunately,
And I can't do it. It's terrible. I am FYI, guys. I am looking almost dead
pretty grim.
at this point. I've taken so much damage from the ghosts and the spiders, and we haven't
Yeah.
rested at all. So I'm literally
You are
like on the
absolutely
verge
right.
of death.
yeah. That's
All
All
why
right,
I'm dragging him.
Demir. By the way, we have
Absolutely,
now officially ended the horror section of our horror mode. So
I'm still missing the Luckstone.
I hope
+1
you
by the way.
enjoyed the. Oh, you're still missing the Luckstone. What does the Luckstone give you again?
+1 to all abilities and skill checks.
Yeah, everything's been attacking Ipsilis.
Mhm.
That's true.
That's why I was
Looking
wanting
at
to drag him out
Argento's
of
HP,
there.
he's got nothing yet.
And attacks as well.
+1 to ability checks and saving throws.
Okay. That should
Those
now be
spiders.
applied.
Okay, thanks.
Ooh.
All right. Okay.
Oh wait, why'd you roll initiative again?
Me and Argento did because we got the magic item for it.
Yeah.
So Kyle, in Fantasy Grounds, the initiative gets rolled automatically.
Yeah. Unless you got a power for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay. Yeah, you're all good. You're still going for. Yeah, well, you're still going relatively
Yeah.
quickly. So, Demiro, you're up first.
Did they just say don't hurt mother?
They did.
Right. Okay.
Oh my god. So gross.
I will start by using my bonus action and cast a healing word on Ipsilus and try to get some of his blood back in his body.
Mm-hmm.
You just see the spider web just going back inside.
All right. Also, we are playing a plot twist card, not as it seems, as these spiders are actually friendly towards Ipsilus.
Yes.
Ooh.
Gathering that.
Yes.
They think you're
The murder
their
spiders
mother.
are eating me.
Well, actually, they're more
No.
trying to pin you. They're more
Yeah.
trying to stop Argento from taking you away with the only thing that they're able to do so with.
Their mouth.
Their mouth. Yeah. All right.
Oh no.
Oh, we lost someone.
But another one of my companions. Don't touch me. Get off.
They haven't actually taken. They haven't just like started eating him, and they haven't immediately webbed us and attacked us and things like that.
Correct. Right now, they
Um,
seem to be very focused
I-
on Argento.
Will activate universal speech and ask them. What exactly is your intention towards Ipsilus? What are you hoping to get from him?
You. All right. So is that an action to cast that spell, or is it just
It's not a spell.
Just an
It
ability?
is an action though.
All right, no, that's fine. So as you ask this question, it seems as though they look at you confused. These creatures don't have the intelligence to answer that question.
Ooh.
Okay, but they understood.
Yes, it seems like they have definitely some sense of recollection of understanding of the words you're saying, but it's
Yeah.
almost like talking to a child, and they don't seem to understand.
I will then just use the remaining few seconds to then instead suggest gently, because your mother is fragile.
Again, they do not understand the words you're saying.
Okay.
Am I
And the
am I
universal
hearing?
speech is that the creatures can magically understand you regardless of the language.
Yep, but it's their
intelligence.
it's their intelligence, not their ability to understand you. They understand that you're saying these words, but they don't again, like a 10-year-old can understand English, but if you talk to them in a particular way with a particular use of language, they're not going to be able to interpret what you've said. And that's the struggle you're having here. Is you've said to release Ipsilus.
No, I didn't say that at all.
Well, what did you say?
I
'Cause
said
they don't understand the
gently-
word fragile.
I said gently, your mother is fragile.
Yeah, they don't understand the word fragile.
I don't.
And they don't understand gently?
No.
Alright.
They were born like literally 5 minutes ago.
Your mother can
Right now, all they're saying is mother, and then hurt mother, and then grr.
tell them to heal
And
mother.
they've said that in common in telepathically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll allow you to reword if you want, because I understand what you're trying to go with.
Well, I reword it in the you hurting mother.
All right, cool. As you say, you hurting mother, you watch as the one that had pierced Ipselus's body suddenly and pulls its fangs out.
Ugh.
Just continues vomiting webs.
All right.
Well, I'm assuming that I now have two big ol' holes.
You have two very large holes that are lacerating in your chest at the moment. But it is now your turn as you lie quite terrified on the ground.
So it's so for me a question of there is he has experienced a horrific and was then poisoned or attempted to be eaten by a spider sitting in front of him. What have I heard so far? Because I know I didn't get the telepathy, so I don't know what's going on with the spiders.
All right.
But
all you hear, and this is why you didn't get the telepathy, all you can hear is coming from inside your ears.
Is that blocking my ability to hear outside sounds?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I have no idea what's going on. I am just Ipsilus is literally going to try to escape the danger at this point. He's close to death, bleeding out with holes in him, a lot of them. So he is going to just crawl over to the corner over here and he's gonna slowly, because he's got a climbing speed, he's gonna try to slowly climb up the wall. But he is absolutely going to fail, as he just doesn't have the will or the strength to even make that happen. And he is just going to, all you hear from him is just this
All right, Esther.
Okay. Have we come to the conclusion as well that they're being more protective and kind of or is that just a mirror?
You can come to that conclusion as well if you'd like.
Okay, I see. Sorry. Let's see. Ipsilus has gotten away at this point, right?
Yeah, they haven't stopped him.
They haven't stopped him? Okay. Then... Let's see. I'll now have to think of something else. Would there be any way to understand where they came from? Or would it just be as simple as they found this, something I wouldn't be able to discern, they found a small crevice in the wall and got to that? Or is there any obvious way that they got?
You can make a nature check if you'd like.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Okay, so what you know about these creatures is they are called phase spiders.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the phase spiders have a nest up here. The trouble is that phase spiders need organic matter in order to digest and transform into their larger and more fully matured forms. Ipsilus has simply functioned as an incubator. As the smoke creature has left the plume, as it were, the phase spiders were awoken and disrupted. Attaching to Ipsilus's body, as soon as he reached out and kind of grabbed at it, because originally the first one just kind of wanted to bite him, it then started to breed inside of his hand, turning him into effectively a nest. He still has a few of them lingering around inside of him, which is blocking his abilities to sense. But there shouldn't be enough to create another spider. Just it's kind of what's kind of just tormenting him at this point.
So you'd say that they're in their growth phase?
Yeah, correct.
You gotta
And because they're phase spiders, they don't need to crawl in and out of different orifices. They're literally phasing into multiple organs, moving through his, like different systems. His lungs are kind of filling with spider webs.
I mean, you think they're nasty now, just wait till they're in their adolescence phase.
Yeah.
I mean, how many phases does a phase spider have?
4 phases.
Ooh.
There's phase 1, phase 3, profit.
Spontaneous question. Let's hope to get to that.
All right. So Esther, what are you doing on your turn?
Okay. Now that I kind of understand this, that it's was sort of an incubation process. Don't know if I can even get to Obsisto because I didn't do what I have to do. So can I just be safe, disengage from this spider and then just kind of come around to get you?
Sure, I don't see why not. You make your way, moving very swiftly, trying to avoid the spider's attention. Again, they're both very fixed on Argento. You make your way over to Upsellis.
On Argento?
Yeah, they're focused on Argento.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misheard. Then I'm just gonna stand in between, I guess. Figure out what they're gonna do next so I can be prepared to respond to it.
Alright. Well, it is their turn.
No.
Argento.
Yes.
Hey, buddy. How you doing? Feeling good?
Yeah.
Alright, make me a strength check.
Where is? Oh, wait.
Ooh, very nice. Make me another one. Ooh, that is not nice. All right. So the first spider reaches down and tries to grab at you, but you roll out of the way. However, the other spider seems to grab onto you, snatching you from behind. You watch as it and Argento disappear.
That's my baby. Snatch that bitch's weave. Mm-hmm.
All right. Argento.
Yes.
You find yourself transported. You can see everyone, but they can't see you. Your character now exists on the astral plane.
My
Astral
God.
or ethereal?
Did I say ethereal, Vagog? I'm sorry, do you want to come over here? I'll move your camera over here and you can GM.
Don't worry.
Huh? You want that? Huh?
Yeah, I like
Sit
that.
down! Tell me how to
Yeah,
run my
don't
game.
Get me killed.
Boy!
Sorry.
Stop it.
Oh.
Only gonna
Okay.
take it out on me.
Fine, does.
He's gonna take it out on me, Neil. You shut your mouth.
Okay, I'll shut up.
They find themselves on the astral plane, meaning you are exactly where you are. You could see Ipselus, you can see Vagog, you can see Demiro and Esther. You can see them all in their spaces, and you can see both spiders clear as day. One slightly more clear than the other, and that is the one that is transported with you as well. As this happens, it looks to you and says,
You will not hurt mother. You are dead.
and with that, It leaves, walking through the wall and out. The second spider looks to the others. Now, do any of you seem to be trying to make a move on Ipselis?
I'm just watching the spider.
I see Ipsilis, and then I see that Argento just disappeared, and now I don't know what's going on. I see a second spider.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
All right, well, if no one's moving on to Argento, this spider...
I was.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Sorry.
Sorry, not Argento, Ipselis.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, we kind of don't know.
All right, if no one's moving in on Ipsilis, the second spider will walk through the wall and also disappear, dragging us out of initiative.
Oh my god.
I guess it doesn't matter. Wait, what I was gonna.
I still can't hear anything, and I'm facing the wall, futilely trying to climb it with just a pool of blood just growing underneath me at this point.
All right, Argento. You find yourself in the astral plane.
Mm.
Nope, that is absolutely not what I wanted.
The astral plane, we have harpsichords.
Yes, yeah, harpsichord. Come on, give me what I want. Give me what I want.
God, I could do spice girls right now.
Okay. Here we go. All right. Swirling mists seem to gather around you. You find it very difficult to see through the fugue. You have this overwhelming sense of loneliness, Argento, as you find yourself here in this space between spaces. Suddenly, you feel a hand on your back.
So, yeah, I'll obviously turn around to try and see what it is, thinking it may just be like another creature like the spider or something like that, not thinking much of it.
Okay, you turn to face off with whatever dark horrors may lie within this horrible place. And that is when you see a knight. Ho there, friend. I mean you no harm. And you can see his eyeball hanging off one side of his face, rotten flesh pulled tightly over his bony skeleton. And he seems to wear the garbs of the Knights of the Silver Dragon.
I say, you startled me. Well, what is this place? Where am I? I don't understand what's going on here. Like, I'm here, but yes, what is this?
This place is well, it's not quite the end, but it's not where you came from. It is a limbo of sorts.
Mm-hmm. I've been here before. You're not going to offer me a bag of chips, are you?
Oh, to have chips once more. It has been
That would be
so
delicious
long.
right now. Do you have any chips?
No.
No?
I'm afraid that,
Thought I would ask.
well, here there are no such experiences. No pain, no suffering, no pleasure either, or even sense of taste.
That's a shame.
Tis a shame
Oh.
indeed. Tis a horrifying
But,
shame.
I notice you have the garbs of the great knights of this castle, so maybe you can tell me what happened here. What happened to to Argenvost. Why is this place in such disrepair? Why is no one here?
He grabs you and says, "What happened? What happened to Argenvost? Surely you know the tale. Surely, brother, you've seen. Our lord was cut down, murdered by that vicious monster. Well, there were those of us who waited." He turns, and he begins to guide you away from the room. We'll come back to everyone in a moment, but we'll carry on this story for a little bit. As he drags you from the room, he takes you over to the banister, where you can see the area below, down the main foyer of the castle. You see hundreds of soldiers, paladins and knights, walking listlessly through the fog. Yes. Oh, there were many. Some rose to fight Strahd in the absence of Argenvastholt. Others stayed by and remained vigil, hoping that one day he would return. And then there were the others. He turns his gaze upwards. You hear the sounds of a window smash, and then a soft thud. Evil took hold here. It came up from the ground like a bog. It poisoned the minds of the soldiers here, as everyone fell into hopelessness. Do you know what that's like, brother?
Fortunately, yes. I've been there before myself, knowing what it's like to have nobody or nothing and no hope of a future.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. And I'm sorry to hear that it has happened again. For you see, this place is a place of ends. Now, at this point... while we take a moment. At this point, the interior of of that previous room, Ipselis, you're in the corner, retching and scratching.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So he went to the astral plane and not the ethereal plane, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, go on with your description. I think there's a thing that I want to do.
You begin to cough and retch, and as you do, clumps of these spiders who are dead fall to the ground, mixed in with your vomit and saliva. You then watch Fruit Loops walk up and go.
Oh wait, no, there's spiders.
Good. Fruit Loop.
As Fruit Loops, the giant fruit gremlin thing, just barks and wants more, apparently.
Okay. I'm gonna like pet him a little bit.
You just pop the spiders.
I'm gonna sort of grab him and like pet him a little bit, like trying to comfort myself. Can I hear anything?
As time passes, about 5 minutes or so, you do not hear anything anymore, unless someone donates.
I mean,
for another horror scene.
am I
You're
still
good
deaf?
now.
So I'm no longer deaf.
Correct.
Is what I'm asking.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
How you feel this, Liz?
I'm just gonna look around at everyone and just be like, I don't
You just take a seat.
I don't wanna.
I walk up
am
to him
going,
and I sit him on the bed.
Before you get there, I am going to cast etherealness and just go to the ethereal plane.
What?
I'm like, I just can't do it.
As you disappear, you are now surrounded by ghosts. Your transportation to the ethereal plane has gone awry.
Oh, shit.
And you find yourself surrounded by ghosts. You see, in particular, several knights who have these tight marks around their necks. They seem to stand over you. One of them approaches and says, "You can see us. You are from the land of the living. The land of the material."
Well, I'm technically coming from the land of the great beyond, and then through the land of the living, and now into, I suppose,
You are of
land of the
flesh and
dead.
bone.
You're not a spider, are you?
No. No, I am here to help you. I am a hero.
Okay.
I fought with the knights. I stood against evil.
Oh no.
And I could again with your help. I just need your body.
First thing, I need insight check to see if
This guy's
if-
trying to
if
rip
he's
you out and
lying.
steal your body.
Yeah, no, I get it. But the insight that I want is whether he's actually a knight or if this is some crazed spirit
Oh,
that
both.
just happens to be here.
Both.
Okay.
Definitely
Do I
both.
Crazed
recognize,
spirit
like,
of a knight.
is he a revenant like the ones we fought before?
No. This dude is 100% Dedo.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna be like, well, I've got a body, and I'm gonna hold up my little gremlin. There's my little Fruit Loop.
Oh, Fruit Loop is here with us.
You watch as it reaches down for Fruit Loop, and it tugs. As it does so, you see Fruit Loops go,
See, no.
and you
no,
watch
Fruit Loop.
as this blue and white energy is ripped from the fruit,
Oh my god, no!
and you watch as it struggles for a moment, and then the body stops moving.
My little Fruit Loop.
he then
So, and
He then-
Influence have killed one now.
he then says, "I will fight again," and reaches down, and you watch as Fruit Loop starts to shake and tremble. Bits of fruit start falling from his mouth, and you watch as his eyes rotate 360 degrees before settling again. And you watch as he starts to move once again.
Oh my god.
Yes. This feels incredible.
I'm definitely gonna pet him again because I'm still pretty traumatized, and now by all of it, like just
You have done me a great favor.
okay.
All right, Esther, you had your hand up.
Yes, I did. Okay, there's something I'm curious about. So, with the whole idea of voodoo is the correlation between the spirit and physical world, specifically the Ilwa, I believe. I forget how it's pronounced exactly, but there are the spirits, the mysteries, the invisibles, and the angels that exist in sort of like this not really parallel world, but a crossing world between the physical. So I wouldn't be able to recognize any of this because literally Arjun was just like bamped out of our plane, but would I have any knowledge of the astral plane in general from this connection to the idea of a connected limbo plane?
Yes. So the astral plane, the ethereal plane, and limbo are three separate spaces.
Okay.
Now, because of the nature of Argynvostholt, Strahd has cursed this place, meaning you can't actually leave Barovia in any way. Even when you die, you don't actually get to leave Barovia.
Mm-hmm.
There is a kind of self-contained limbo here, which is, for the purposes of our session, is called the astral plane. It exists in the same space, almost overlapping with the current material plane. So you're not actually leaving Barovia, you're just kind of in a different dimension, if that makes sense. Whereas
Okay.
the ethereal plane is kind of also a slightly different space. So, for example, the ethereal plane won't allow you to interact with the real world unless you're using force magic. The astral plane you can. So you might be able to use enough willpower or force to be able to, say, move a book off a shelf. Hence how ghosts kind of work.
Does that mean force magic exists in both material and astral?
Correct.
Yeah.
I always thought the astral plane was like the astral sea, which is almost like space. Like stars.
Kind of.
That's why I was confused, because.
Well, for the purposes of this, that's how we're gonna jimmy around. But yeah.
All right, no problem.
Okay. Then then do you want me to wait to do what I was going to do until if Ipsilus decides to come back from the etherealness?
No. Well, I mean, if you want to do something now, you may.
Okay. Then I wanted to, because sending can go between planes and dimensions.
Yep.
Ooh.
I wanted to try to get in contact with the judge, but I wanted to see if I could flavor in a way where it's Esther sitting and kind of meditating on the idea of connecting to that world and not just like contacting and just like trying to connect to it.
Sure. Watching your friend suddenly disappear in front of you, you recognize that there was some sort of planar travel. You begin to sit by the fire and draw out your cards and begin to meditate in a quiet and pensive way. You begin to cast your sending spell. For the purposes of this, Vigag and Demiro, the both of you can also sense the sending at the same time. Just for the purposes of this. Alright, what do you want to communicate to Upsellis, Esther? Or Argento? I mean, you can communicate to both of them, technically.
Well,
I'm kind of assuming Argento is just going to smash whatever he's up against and he'll be back soon.
well, the thing is that we've seen Ipsilus go in and out of this etherealness before whenever we find the Hydra, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can assume that this is not something that was happening against his will.
But we also know that he cast it.
Sorry?
We also know that he actually cast the spell.
Yeah. So we don't think that this is something that happened against his volition.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well-
perfect. Okay. I want to get in contact with Argento first. And I want to say, alright, let me keep count. Argento, I need you to describe where you are, what you see. Is there any way we can get to you?
Tell the voice nothing.
What?
And
What?
how's
Sorry.
He hasn't pulled it yet.
Okay,
I
sorry.
was monologuing here.
I was joking. It's fine, Karen. Sorry.
Yeah, I would just respond and say, I'm here. I'm just out in the hallway, but it's clearly not where you are. I don't know how else to describe it except for I'm in the castle surrounded by the knights and kind of gray and gloomy here, but it's nonetheless the castle. I'm here where you guys are.
Ipsellis, you can hear the sounds of Argento talking just outside.
Oh, okay. I will. So the first thing I'm going to do is just absentmindedly, I'm going to reach for a piece of fruit in
No!
my
What
little
are you
stomach
doing?
spout. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What? Oh God, I feel very lightheaded. What is your name,
Oh,
good sir?
I'm Sir Mordred.
Sir Mordred.
All right, Mordred.
Oh, wait,
do
Mordred. Oh, nice.
do I recognize?
Sir Mordred.
I recognize Mordred from our Ethereal Legend. Would Ipsilus recognize anything like that?
Oh, yeah, that's a bad guy name.
Okay, so he knows. So he knows he just created a bad guy.
Probably.
Oh my God.
It's
I'm
bad
going,
Eat him.
well, keep your enemies closer, right? There's so I'm going to say it's fine. It's not going to hurt you, and I need a little refreshment. right now, and I'm just gonna like grab a little piece of fruit. Say, Mordred, do tell me what how did you die?
Ask too many questions.
I
They,
you
the people,
you
lacked vision.
Oh, and what is your vision for the people?
My vision. My vision is to turn us all into the most powerful being in all of Barovia. Then,
Yes.
yes,
Who
then
would that be?
we shall kill Strahd, the great beast Hecatoncras. Only that.
Do I have any idea what that is?
Depends. If is your Greek mythology as good as your Arturian lore?
I mean, Hecatoncras are the 50-headed, 100-armed
That's the one.
creatures. Okay, all right. Cool. So beings that are literally created to destroy worlds.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah. All right, good times. All right. So at this point, I think Ipsilis realizes that in a moment of blood loss and terror, he just gave up the body of his precious little person to a pretty monstrous individual with some pretty insane plans. And I'm going to try to hold on to him for a while.
Sorry. In case it wasn't clear, the soul of your little buddy is like not too far away.
Oh, it's still there. Oh, I thought that it was consumed.
No. He just ripped it out.
It was yanked out. He's walking away with it.
Oh, all right. Well,
so the tiny soul is sitting there. Oh man, you're asking me to spell Hecatoncras?
Hecatoncras.
It's Hetich. HET. Oh, Hecatoncras. Sorry.
Yeah,
Hechitonchrous.
Keep adding vowels. And
there you go.
I think.
Good job, Mac.
I think that's it.
Hecatoncres. Hecatoncres. Could you use it in a sentence? Don't mess with the Hecatoncres.
The Hecatonchrous were in fact brothers to the original Cyclopes.
Like Carl is a
Yep.
Hecatonchrous.
Yeah, oh yeah, man, absolutely. But yes, long story short, in this particular world, what it represents is the same kind of principal concept of the I Am Legion mythos, which is a soldier with enough devotion can find fellows and absorb them, as it were, into a singular form, creating a single soldier legion, which takes the form of which was otherwise known as a Hecatonchrous. So it looks the same, it feels the same. It's basically that.
Okay. I'm gonna look around, realizing that I probably made a little bit of a mistake. Can I see my little gremlin soul hanging around?
Yes. In the corner of the room, you do see a very sad and dejected soul, kind of in the fetal position.
Oh,
it's terrified.
Baby.
It doesn't know what's going on.
Looks like he's
all right, I'm.
Oh wait, sorry. Before we continue that scene, I want to very quickly duck back over to Vagag and Demiro. Vagag and Demiro, you guys have watched everything unfold. What are the two of you doing?
Did you say that we could hear the
sending spell?
We heard the sending
spell, so we could hear it come back.
Yeah. Well, you heard Argento's response back. Yes.
Okay.
Esther, could you ask Argento if he thinks he can still attack things from where he is?
Let's see about that.
Because if he can still see us, I mean, we could always try and find a way to bring him back if he can't immediately get back now.
Yeah.
But if he can follow us around in that realm with with Ipsilus, or if Ipsilus can bring him back
I mean,
somehow.
if anyone has the will to smash things from the astral plane, then it's Argento.
I have an idea. I don't know if it'll work, but I want to try it anyway. I can always try to see, because Argento had magic items on him, correct?
Yes.
Ramiro?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try and go. I will go in the hallway and I'm gonna try and use detect magic
No.
to see if
Just,
I can. That's not
just
gonna
don't
work.
try to,
I
just
wanna
don't
see
try to
if I can-
stuff more magic items in those magic items or something.
Yeah,
Like that.
yeah.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I just want to
Don't
see if I can
vaporize.
sense. I want-
In the same way, I do not let detect magic function as see invisibility. I also do not let detect
astral.
Yeah, I do also do
Yeah.
not let it as detect
Oh, no.
astral presence or detect undead or any of these other things.
Dang it! Fine. Well, you saved me a spell slot then, so cool.
No, you used it. You spent it to look for something. I distinctly said you don't see anything.
Oh, that's dirty.
Just
All right.
curious. I'm
No.
not expecting you to be there, but I forget the rules of the extra dimensional black hole that was created. Wouldn't that be transported to this point, or is it just gone?
Well-
I forgot what we just. What it was.
No,
was
it created so the two of them interacted and created a black hole, destroyed everything in its
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah.
Okay, I was forgetting. I
Crushed.
was forgetting how it worked. I didn't know if it was transported somewhere else or it was just destroyed. Okay.
All right.
But we wouldn't be able to try it since I don't have two.
But maybe we could bring Argento
wanna
back
try.
if we try to stuff the guy into the astral plane.
We don't want to try, Vigar. That's what we want to do again.
Just send me to the astral plane.
He only sends half of him to the astral plane.
Ah!
All right.
It's like
Yeah,
like-
that's it.
My legs running around. It's so loud.
So, Argento,
Yes.
the knight seems to be standing by you.
Yes.
It appears as though your friends seek your return. That's most wonderful.
I just sort of nod at him. I don't really say much right now. Got a lot of questions, but I'm trying just to grasp the whole environment, understanding that I'm obviously in a different place, but
Well, allow me to illuminate your predicament with the Revelation Plot Twist card by Tasriel.
Oh my god!
Thank you, Tasriel.
Thank you.
He explains to you that you are existing in a plane of existence that traps the people who are loyal to Argynvastholt. This was Strahd's last big curse on those who were loyal to his mortal enemy. It is tragic what has happened, and there is no way for the people who had dedicated their lives to Argynvastholt to ever find peace. He hopes that one day that Strahd will be defeated so that the knights can truly receive rest. But until the time where their master returns, it is never going to be. As you have a corporeal form, you might be able to return. And if you do, he asks you only one favor. To please find Argynvastholt. Bring him back to the castle. And show the dejected and weary remnants of the knights that once wore these proud banners that there is still hope.
I tell him, I know what Argynvost is. I know exactly where I can find him. I've seen him. I've spoken to him.
You have?
He came to me in a vision when I was in Strahd's castle, and
He begins to weep.
he asked me to bring him back here, and I swore a vow that I would do just that. And as anyone is my witness, I will die trying, or I will bring him back. One of the two. You have my word on that.
He says, that is wondrous news. Now I have some good news for you too, friend. I know I said this was the end, but perhaps someone blessed by Argynvast himself may still stand a chance, especially if you have those who reside in the real world. Listen. Make your way up the stairs. Then take a right through the rubble, and right yet again. You will find yourself upon the throne of Argynvost. There the keeper, the one that keeps us trapped here, resides. Immortal and unkillable. But if you were to draw his attention, you may be able to create and seize an opportunity for you to return. I can't offer you much help. Without a body, I can't fight back, but you seem quite strong.
Thank you for helping me. Before I leave, though, I want to know what is your name, sir?
My name?
Yes.
My name is Roderick Tem.
Roderick Tem.
Sir Tem, in fact, to most.
Sir Tim.
Yes.
I knew a Sir Tim.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
By the way, this person appears to be human. Well, have once been human.
What was Sir Tim again? What was he? He was
a
little
gnome.
Like a halfling.
Yeah.
Or a gnome,
Oh, he's a gnome, yeah.
And I just tell him, yes, he's a little gnomon friend that we had. He was a paladin himself. Fortunately, we lost track of him in Strahd's castle. We don't.
Do you mention that he was a knight of the Silver Dragon as well?
I was, yeah. I was going to get
Yeah.
to the fact
He
that, yeah,
says,
we found-
that is very peculiar. There are no other knights besides myself under the name of Sir Tem. The gnome you describe is not a knight.
Hmm.
Or at least
Oh,
not
dear.
one that I am aware of.
So since he says that, I ask him about what was his name, Sir? The other one that came to us at the shit. He professed to be a knight as well.
What was his name?
So,
Sir Lachlan.
Sir Lachlan, that's it.
He says, yes, no, Sir Lachlan was a dear friend of mine. A good man. He, thankfully, was away from the castle at the time of the massacre. And managed to
Yes.
avoid taking his own life. It is good to hear that
Ironically,
he is
he's-
still alive.
He's looking for Sir Tim as well.
Oh, well,
So not sure what that's about, but
that would be likely about my body. You see, it was taken and made into the form of an undead, raised as a skeletal champion to look after and protect Strahd's castle. It has been some time since my body has been seen, and only my spirit now lingers here.
well,
I don't suppose we're carrying his head, are we?
Maybe.
Out there.
and I just say to him, well, as I promised my brother, I will bring Argynvost back or die trying. You can guarantee that.
Thank you.
He is my blood. He is all that I've got anymore. I have no other purpose but to help. So
I sense his nobility in you. Journey safe, brother. And he stretches out his hand to grab you. Ipselus.
Since I heard his sending message, have I heard this conversation as well?
You can, but this will happen slightly after our next scene, which is, of course, Ipselus looking at the tiny little fetal ghost of Fruit Loop.
Okay. So I have not yet heard this all happening. All I've
Correct,
heard
correct.
is that
It'll be a couple
I've-
of minutes afterwards, yeah.
So what was the sending that I heard that he like describe where you're at, essentially?
Yeah. He described him being in this space that you know that you're in as well, and you heard it coming from down the corridor.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at Mordred and I'm going to be like, so I'm very sorry, but
There's no need to apologize.
I
You have done well, my servant.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes.
It's lovely to hear. Praise is always very nice. Didn't really get a lot of it. It seems to be like affecting him emotionally a little more than he would necessarily want it to. Like he actually really
Our
desires
friendship
praise.
and trust shall bear the most succulent fruit.
So he's going to essentially. Okay, can I try to persuade him to step out of a body? So essentially, I want to ask him if he will step out of the body so I can get him a better one.
What better one would you offer?
Well, this body, as delightful as it is not really combat ready. But I have seen many a werewolf prowling the grounds, and any one of them would make an astonishing vessel for you, don't you think?
Yes. The proud powers of a werewolf.
Yes, so
Excellent.
why don't I
Fetch me a werewolf immediately.
Yes, why don't I put Fruit Loop back in this body so that I can then transport the body, then bring another body back to you, and then you can get into that body, because you can't do that on the prime material plane, I don't believe.
Yes, that's why you will return to the land of the living and bring the corpse of a werewolf here.
Oh, certainly, but I am bound to this creature. It's the reason that I have come. It's the reason that he came with me. So I can only travel with him, you see. So I must put his soul back into this body and then return to you with an even better body.
Make a deception check.
I ate his insides, therefore I'm bound.
Right. I'm really hoping this goes well. I'm really, really hoping. Dear God, please. Dear God, please. No, it's not
Oh, no,
great.
you might be
Not
okay.
great.
You might be okay.
Just as long as no one goes.
Colonelship from my plate. No, I can't.
Oh, damn. Okay, Dag, that was rude. I gotta say, Dag, that was a very
That
rude
was
thing
very
to do.
rude. Io Genasi has given a reroll to Ipselis.
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't.
I'll allow.
Thank you so much.
I was gonna say I'll allow Io Genasi to get me to reroll if that is what you would like.
I was gonna say I don't know if that would help.
Also, have a wonderful
Yeah.
night, AK. Save Fruit Loop, you monster. Okay, fine.
Thank you so much, Aristotle. I am here for you.
All right. Hold on. All right, hold on.
Okay,
There we go.
that's
No,
good.
I got it. Okay, so I made the reroll.
Okay. Oh my God.
All right, so I'll make the reroll because the idea was to save. And you know what? Look, I rolled a natural 20. The odds of you beating that were very
Yeah, no,
minimal.
that was terrible.
It was actually a
Well, you
zero.
couldn't say
But
that, even with a 20.
yeah, exactly. So, so with that, he goes.
Very well. I await my new body.
There's just like a bead of sweat that like sort of pours down the side of Ipsilis's face.
As he's about to get out, he goes,
Wait a minute. It's
Is that
not
sweat?
hot in the astral plane.
Okay. He steps out of Fruit Loop's body, and Fruit Loop's body falls to the ground once again, dead.
All right. I will immediately go to the soul, and I will usher it back into its body.
As you do
and
so,
pet it very gently.
the soul looks to you and turns away and goes, blah!
Oh.
You let him get ripped
Okay.
out.
Yeah.
Let me
Feelings.
see what I've got. I'm going to put a little bit of troll skin. No, I'm gonna put a little bit of hydra skin into the mouth of my little gremlin, my little Fruit Loop, and be like, look, there's some hydra skin. It's some hydra skin.
As you do so, I'm gonna make you make a persuasion check with advantage.
Appreciate it.
Oh Lord. This. All right,
Fruit
come
Loops
on. I
just-
love you, Fruit Loop. I'm sorry. I thought that I was helping people.
Fruit Loop's just like,
Excuse
I'd rather
voice.
go back to
Fruit Loop is
Argento.
actually
At least he
played by
appreciated
Alexis.
my tastes.
Yes.
Fruit Loops takes a few moments. He turns back, and then he stands up, and he waddles over to his body. He then lies down next to it, and slowly but surely the mouth begins to chew once again. As it does so, it sits up upright, and the weirdest thing happens. Ibs,
dear.
you watch as Fruit Loop's body begins to change. What was once a necklace melon now has a banana neck with a melon on top of it.
What?
Oh my God, what is
Nice.
happening?
He's growing a
What
body.
is
Becoming the melon man.
Yes.
He waddles away, and his neck does not behave. It's just like ring, ring, ring,
Oh
ring,
my
ring, ring.
God.
It's
Good. Good.
Doing,
Wait,
doing,
if
doing,
the
doing.
legs are still attached to the head, is that
no,
actually a
it's
neck?
it's like it's a banana.
I don't know. It's
with a
hard to
melon,
say.
and the
It's
melon's
still
just
got a melon
rolling
body,
on the banana.
right? It's almost like you've
So
added
it's got a
in,
melon body and a banana dangling
He can
down.
do tricks with
and
his
then another smaller melon head with like pomegranate eyes.
Well,
He's growing.
I love it. That actually makes me so happy. I can't wait to see what happens with this guy.
That Argento doesn't eat him before he can grow into a melon man.
Yeah, just
I
rip his soul
will
out a few more times.
murder.
Just an arm.
Yes.
Just a foot.
Just one of the eyes. He's still got one. He can see.
He'll grow it back.
Yes. He'll go back.
Gross, you're awful. So I wave to Mordred, say, I shall return shortly, sir, with a fantastic werewolf body just for you. And I'm going to start aiming towards Argento's voice and the voice of the other knight.
All right, you make your way towards Argento. Argento, as you are finishing your conversation, you are approached from behind by Ipselis.
I just turn and basically look because I don't realize that he can see me yet. I don't. I just think it's like before. I'm just kind of staring at him, like wonder where he's going.
All right, yeah.
So you seem to have made a friend, Argento. Why don't you introduce me?
Reception's not good on the astral plane.
It's not.
Yes. No, but I got the gist. And I guess I go. So you can see me. You're here as well. Oh, okay. This is my friend here. Sir Tim's his name. He is a knight of Argentvossholt. And they're all knights.
Exciting. Are these the ones we're supposed to save?
Yes, I believe so. They were. It's a long story, but they were cursed by Strahd, basically, to walk eternal damnation here in this existence.
How long does it have?
Didn't get that.
How long does he have?
Oh,
He didn't say. He just said they're here forever. They cannot go anywhere. They have to. We basically have to defeat Strahd, in other words, to free them of this existence. But he said they're all stuck here.
can you hear me now? No.
Nope.
Start doing my ears like, oh shit, spiders are in my ears.
Yeah, there's spiders in your ears.
Yeah. I think he was ordering a chocolate shake. Or was that a large fries?
Oh, give me some chips if you're ordering something. That would be great.
Okay.
All right.
Little milkshake.
So, in the
Yeah.
meantime, what would you like your next course of action to be?
Well, now that Ipsilis is here, I guess I would inform him that, so Tim has told me that we can gain passage back to the I guess, other plane, normal plane, whatever you want to call it, the living plane. If we go upstairs and sort of fight this creature that, well, apparently, as you put it, Tim, he's pretty deadly guy. I don't know. Don't know if I'll be able to take him, but maybe we can take him together. I don't know. Like, pretty keen though. It'd be fun. Unless if you have a way to get back, I don't know. I mean, you seem to be able to go in and out of existence. You've done it with the Hydra before, so
Yeah, can you hear me now?
I can.
Oh, good. All right. So I'm going to look around. The first question I ask is, how many arms does Sir Tem have? Are you hiding any?
No, I don't believe I am.
All right. So have you seen a little spider? Well, a large spider wander through here recently.
No, I can't say that I have. Sorry, I was.
All right then.
Should I have?
I don't know. I really
That's
don't.
how I got here. I don't know. Spider brought me here, and then he ran away like a coward.
Apparently, I'm a mother to cowardly spiders. So
This is true. I don't know. It's a long story, Tim.
I simply didn't raise them right. There's, I think that there is something that you were saying about a way for Argento to come out, but also to perchance liberate all of you.
Yes. No. If what Argento says is true, and Argynvost is trapped in Strahd's castle, if you are able to free and reunite his body, then we should be able to break the binds that keep us all trapped here.
And what is this creature in this room?
Well, it's the keeper. It's difficult to say. It's a monster, more of a beast than a man. He lounges like a king over this entire area. He torments souls for his own pleasure, just to keep us miserable and ensure that we never forget that we are the prisoners here.
No, that doesn't sound pleasant.
No, it is not. If you have friends on the other side, then you can work together. Distract him between the two planes. Use it to your advantage. Seize victory.
Well, that seems like a lovely plan. Can you tell us any more about him? What dangers we might be facing?
Have you ever heard of the phrase, the chill of the grave?
No, we don't. We don't have graves where I come from.
Well, that is, for the most part, his powers. His abilities, apart from incredible strength, is to be able to wield the magics of the grave and use it and even chill and freeze those who act against him. Esther.
Oh dear.
Enticing. A battle will be legendary. So I had wanted to wait until after this scene was done if
With that, I'm going to sit thoughtfully for a moment, trying to determine our best course of action.
Okay. Vigog, Demiro, and Esther.
would you like to go first?
Yeah, you can do your thing.
Oh, you know. I had a small question.
Sure.
So you know how I'm like the really suspicious one of the party, doesn't trust many things.
Yep.
Okay. Were we able to hear the conversation between Argento and Sir Tem?
I'm going to suggest that through the course of the next few minutes, your characters have shared this information.
Well, would we have been able to hear them because they're on a different plane, and I wasn't sure what.
I would say no, but you would probably need to send them send them a sending spell.
And I had one question, sorry, about logistics.
Mm-hmm.
Does a soul have any abilities, like would these knights be able to help us in the fight? Can they do anything on the astral plane? Or
No,
are they just
can't do
powerless
anything.
here?
Yeah, they're powerless.
Darn it.
But sorry, I've been confused. I just wasn't clear on what you had meant whenever we were talking about the first sending spell. What they were able to hear afterwards. Okay. Then if I wasn't able to hear it. Okay, thank you.
Yep. I think Magog would just say, I mean, if he said that he was outside in the hallway, maybe he was heading after that smoke.
Yeah, I mean, that would seem most likely. It was the next place that we were probably going to head.
Okay.
All right.
And he hasn't popped back into existence yet.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start walking out then. So yeah, and then I turn to Esther and say, if they could see us in that plane, then they'll probably follow us.
Hmm.
We'll find a way to get him back.
Certainly, it's going to be easiest for him to follow us than us to follow him. So.
All right. You begin to follow the signs of the smoky trail. And for the purposes of this and the fact that we have very limited time, we're going to go as swiftly as possible, taking us up the flight of stairs as you follow the smoky creature. This brings us to the second story. The second story. Second story?
We're on the second story. Yeah,
Third
this will be
story.
third story.
Third story of Argynvast Holt, which I will now share with everyone. There you go. As Demiro, Ipselis, Esther, Magog, and Argento climb the swooping flight of stairs and eventually come to the second story of Argynvast Holt. This area has a large ceiling that has been collapsed, caved in, and flooded from the rains. As you walk through the rubble, dangerous though it may be, you slowly begin to make your way towards the smoky dragon that sits in the refuse, continuing to lead you forward towards, well, something, as far as you can tell. All right. Oh, one moment. There you go. All right. As you make your way down, the smoky creature veers towards the the right, then another right.
Right. Then another right.
So it's down over like here.
Correct. Where you can see Demiro, that is where the dragon has gone. A swift.
Can we see the dragon from the astral plane?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
The dragon begins to move and lands on the chair that is the only structure that happens to be here. As you do so, you can see that sitting upon the chair is a strange-looking figure. There you go. The creature seems to be gripping what looks to be a massive greatsword. Its grip tightens firmly and says, "If you have come to destroy me, know this. I perished defending this land from evil over 4 centuries ago. And because of my failure, I am forever doomed. If you destroy this body, my spirit will simply find a new corpse to inhabit. I will then hunt you down. You cannot free me from my damnation, heroes of Barovia.
Hello. Who might you be that would assume that we're here to destroy you?
I am Vladimir Horngard.
Do we know the name?
He was one of the statues in the main hall.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Can I attempt something real quick?
Yes, as soon as I...
Yes.
There we go. Yep, now you may.
I would love to... It's gonna work at some point. We're gonna try the Ring of Caranbane.
All right.
It's never going to work.
Wisdom
One
saving
day.
throw as you activate the mood ring.
Hey, we can do it. We cannot. I don't think I have rolled higher than like a 5.
I think the 4 is the
Any
highest you've had,
rolls.
actually.
Yeah.
All right. Immediately, as you begin to activate your mood ring, the curse begins to slip further. And as you find yourself suddenly flooded with this sense of dejection and failure, you feel like your self-esteem has completely been shattered in this one fleeting moment.
Oh God.
As you do so, there is nothing you can do to help or to atone for the miserable efforts you have done. Your sister is gone and will never be found by the likes of you. You are worthless.
Yep. Yeah. No, that's true. That's true.
Well, rather than necessarily come to destroy you, we actually have been tasked with a quest to bring the knights of this place back to the light.
There is nothing you
Something
can do.
amusing in that?
And what-
So as I am now...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
And what, pray, do you hope to achieve by doing so? The knights are here. They live within these walls, kept by their own guilt and failure. I
Yes,
am their
we did
keeper.
meet them.
I am their warden. And so long as I stand, they may not escape.
Well, they seem to be under the impression that should we return Argenvast to this place, then they would be released.
A fool's errand. If the great dragon fell before Strahd, what hope do you have?
I'm just going to shout out, he's
Well-
right. We can never do it. It's too much. Oh my
Hopefully we
God.
can't hear him.
Argento hears him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've already found the remains of the great dragon, and once, and left that place.
And what did you achieve?
Well, as an
Survival,
exploratory mission, I think we achieved. Well, I think we achieved what we were trying to do. We went in, we had a look around, we met some of the inhabitants of the castle, and then left.
So nothing. You achieve nothing, and you come boasting that you have simply managed to exist in the presence of Strahd. Did you even see him?
Met him.
We didn't meet him at the castle so much, but we have met him at other occasions.
And you still live.
I think we've met him
Actually,
three times now.
It
If I remember
sounds as if you are allied with the great beast himself.
Oh, he plans to kill my students. I'm not siding with him one bit.
I believe one of our companions, Argento, has sworn a holy oath to destroy Strahd at any cost.
Then he is a fool. And as he says that, he looks off into the corner, and Argento, you see he's looking directly at you.
Yeah. And I just sort of snarl at him and say, I'm no fool, sir. And you can mark my word, I will kill Strahd. I don't care how many people have failed before me. I will be damned if I'm going to fail.
You don't know what you speak of. The words that drip from your tongue are the same that I have heard countless times. He slew Argynvost. He broke the lives of the knights I loved, destroyed this valiant order to which I devoted my entire life. Strahd has already died once.
Can
And
we
it
hear
did
him
not-
talking to, like, past us?
Yes, you can.
We'll probably see him talking to the wall.
Yeah.
It's like,
If death were an end for that villain, then rest assured it would have met with him. He cannot be allowed to die again. He must suffer eternally in a hell of his own creation, one from which there is no escape. Whatever may be done to bring that man misery and unrest, rest assured that if anyone is to do it, it will not be you. Now leave with what little you have left, lest I change my mind and turn my ire to you. And he returns to his seat and continues to look out over the horizon.
Sir Vlad Horngard, what would happen if Strahd were to be a human again? Like, if he was no longer the monster you speak of? Would he lose his magic?
He laughs and he says, "Ha! Sure, why not? And once we turn him into a human, maybe then we can kill him and resurrect him as a butterfly, or maybe we could simply watch as he transforms, changing everything about his essence and person. Maybe we can make him a pig farmer in a local village.
That does sound like a good idea.
For a venerable
I
elder,
mean-
you speak utter drivel."
I kind of just look at him and I say, well, I mean, this one here has managed to do it. I point to Esther.
Well, so I can't hear the people on the other plane,
Remember.
right?
Yes, you can.
I can hear the. Okay, so I can hear that. Okay.
Yeah,
Pretty
they just
cool.
can't hear you.
Well, as much as you may think our strategy is a foolhardy, clearly you've made it quite crystal that your strategies did not work. So perhaps a different approach is warranted.
Esther?
Sorry. Like you mentioned, basically what happened with Dora. You did?
No, it was what happened with
Dora.
the girl. I forgot what her name was.
Yeah. But like that
Yeah,
situation.
but yeah,
with-
that same area. Yeah,
Yeah, it was Bree.
Bree. Yeah. Yep.
Just curious. Okay. So, I couldn't hear what Arjuna was saying, but I've heard everything that Vladimir has been saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was probably very confused when he was looking through me to the wall, but I think that was probably Argento. Okay. Then I'm just going to say to them who's on the throne again, just say, "Drown in your own despondence and divine yourself by your failures, but don't resign us to them. Not everything's as hopeless as you say it is."
Enough. I tire of this. You wish to fight Strahd so badly. You wish to see the power of the man himself. Then let me give you a taste. He turns his attention to you, and his eyes suddenly bleed. Black pupils as dark as pits open in his eyes as he stares directly at you. And the entire world around you is suddenly washed in a red hue. Blood begins to drip from the walls. And that is where we're going to end today's session.
Ah.
I knew it.
No.
All right.
Dang it.
Thank you very much, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, we have gone a little bit over time, and our dear friend Kyle does need to leave us. So I'm going to bid us all a very, very fond farewell, and thank you for coming and tuning in. We are going to go and raid our friends at Play Nerd Allies right now. So we're going to wish our dear friend farewell for the time being, and we will see him very shortly. In the meantime, thank you everyone for coming and having fun with us today. We hope that you will enjoy next week's episode, which should be a absolute blast. Thank you, of course, for the wonderful donations to the stream. They go a very long way, not only to supporting the channel, but also making sure that I can keep doing this thing. Kethra, also hi. I need to say hi to you for something, and I can't remember what. Someone reached out to me and said, "Hey, have you heard of Kethra?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course I have." I can't remember what it was. I feel terrible because of it. But yes, know that whoever you spoke to me, and I got the message, and I don't remember what it is. I'm just a horrible person that way. So thank you. Thank you for that. Yay. All right.
Yay.
So let's see. Play Nerd Allies. There we go. Yep, there we go. Ready for some D&D stuff. So we're going to start that raid. And thank you, everyone. You guys are awesome. Yeah, we like doing this thing. I love doing this thing. I love hanging out with you guys. And thank you, Karen. Thank you, Karen. It's always wonderful to see. I love seeing so many familiar faces. It makes me feel really happy. It puts me on a big high, and it's 11 o'clock at night. It shouldn't happen. So thank you, everyone. All right, stay wonderful, stay safe. Next time you can find me will be on... Oh, actually, you'll find me on Mendry's stream. So let me shut her out real quick.
Mendari?
Yeah.
Mendari! Oh, face awesome.
Cool. There you go. So go follow Mendari as well, because I will be on their stream at 5 in the morning my time, which is in like 6 hours, for a D&D pub quiz type thing with Robert Hartley GM and a few others. So we're gonna compete. Quiz time with Mendari, because it's her birthday, and we're gonna go celebrate. So yeah, come check me out then.
See you there, Garth.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm leaving now. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye. I'm fine. We'll be good. Yeah. All right. Here we go.